Pakistan cricket at its best. 1 minute down, next minute up.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me once again. Thought it'd be a good opportunity to catch up with you all regarding the Pakistan versus New Zealand series and look at the coaching appointments that the Pakistan Cricket Board have recently announced. So, yeah, 2-2 against a very weakened New Zealand team, missing most of their best players through IPL commitments or injury, and some players that were just being rested. 2-2, no excuses. Simply not good enough. The standard of cricket, the approach, the tactics, the leadership, what can you say about it? I mean, second, maybe third 11 in terms of strength for New Zealand. To come to Pakistan and win 2 matches against I would say, a full-strength Pakistan team, New Zealand must be laughing all the way back to Auckland, because they probably came to Pakistan thinking we're going to be on the receiving end of a hammering here, and instead they've given an opportunity to some of their untried players, their up-and-coming players, and they've gone on an overseas tour to Asia and matched the opposition. And who knows? I mean, they could have won that series 3-1. So I think Pakistan have probably left that series, as I say, 2-2, with more questions than answers. And unfortunately, it's another one of those situations where we're going into a World Cup with uncertainty regarding the form of certain players, the uncertainty regarding the strongest 11 as well. And this is nothing new in Pakistan cricket, because every time we have a number of years, we have ample time to have our team and squad sorted out. But instead, last minute, they come up with this rotation excuse, which is absolutely absurd. So, yeah, the skipper's been saying, but we've been rotating players. We wanted to give players chances. I don't care who you've rotated. That series should have been 4-0. Yeah, 1 match rained off, but absolutely no excuse to even lose 1 match, never mind 2, against that New Zealand squad. They had the likes of Chapman and 1 or 2 other good players, but zero excuse. Terrible performance, simply not good enough. I mean, the approach just seemed very confused, both on and off the field, in terms of leadership, in terms of who should be playing which match. They rested some players. I think the players that they should have been resting, they were rested, and the guys who should have been given more opportunities were rested. I mean, Zaman Khan only got 1 match. Imad Wasim, back from international retirement, didn't play the full series. It just all seems to be a little bit of a mess at the moment with this T20I setup, both on and off the field. As I say, it's not long now to this T20 World Cup in the Caribbean, and Pakistan have got a lot of questions about their lineup. If you were to ask the skipper and the coaching staff what their best 11 is at the moment, I don't think they'll be able to answer you. Yeah, you could pick 7 or 8 players maybe, but there's still question marks over a number of performers, and a number of places are still up for grabs, which is ridiculous going into a World Cup year and so close away from the World Cup itself. Fakhar Zaman at number 4, yeah, people were questioning that decision, but credit where it's due. Somehow the Pakistan Cricket Board have managed to put Fakhar Zaman at 4, and it's worked. I don't know whether Fakhar's happy with batting at number 4 or not, but it looks like he's got no option. So, yeah, I mean, he was one of the plus points with the bat. Apart from that, Shadab did well with the bat. He seemed okay. He seems to have got his confidence back. He had a good PSL 9 tournament, and that form has carried on into international cricket. So credit where it's due for Shadab Khan. Babar Azam got 125 runs in 4 innings. Wasn't at his fluent best. Just tend to find with Babar Azam, he starts well, he ends well, but it's those middle overs, it's almost like he's scared to get out. Is he playing for himself? Is he playing for his average? Some would say he is. I don't think you can afford, as a T20 batter, when you are well set, to be relying on your other batter who's battling with you to score the bulk of the runs and go for the big shots in those middle overs. You, a skipper, have got to do it yourself. You've got to lead from the front. We keep hearing this positive attitude, and we're going to play positive, competitive cricket. But I'm afraid Pakistan in the middle overs is not a very pleasant watch at all. And I think this is an area that Gary Kirsten will be looking at definitely, because he likes his data. He likes to analyse and scrutinise the team performances. And I'm sure he'll be looking at those middle overs, 7 to 14, 7 to 15, and wondering just what the hell is going on with these Pakistani batters, because they seem to be, as I say, playing for their average and for stats themselves. With the ball, Sheen Shafidi, it was good to see him back. 8 wickets, did very well. Thought he swung the ball nicely. Probably not bowling at his full pace, but looked a lot fitter and stronger than he has in the past. So that was good to see. Shadab Khan with the ball as well, excellent, really good. Brad Ahmed as well, he did very well. I think he could be a force in the T20 World Cup. Imad did okay with his economy rate as well, considering he hadn't played international cricket for a while. Mohammad Amin looked a little bit rusty, I thought. With Amin having not played international cricket for a number of years, I think it's going to take time for him to get back into it. So he needs the upcoming matches against England and Ireland, etc., to, I think, get his form back and get his fitness levels up, because playing international cricket is a different fitness level to domestic T20 tournaments. And this is where I feel Pakistani cricketers lack, because that fitness level at the PSL, in the Caribbean Premier League, Bangladesh Premier League, you need to be a notch above that to succeed in international cricket. And I think it's definitely an area that I think Gary Kirsten will also look at, the fitness levels of these boys. And I think there'll be 1 or 2 backsides kicked. Some egos might have to look at the coach and think, well, all right, okay, we're not running the show anymore now. So it's interesting times. Zaman Khan, only 1 match, as I said. I don't get that at all. I think you've got to, if you're rotating the squad, then you've got to give players 2 or 3 matches at least. I just thought the selection policy during the T20I series against New Zealand was muddled. And again, it goes back to that point of what is the actual planning, what is going on, what is the thinking? Too many questions, not enough answers, I'm afraid. Now, moving on to the coaching assignments. So we know that Azhar Mahmood was the head coach for the New Zealand series. He's been appointed as assistant coach in all formats. Yeah, you could say that's fair enough. As is an experienced cricketer, he's given up his role at Surrey. And obviously, any language barriers, you need a Pakistani coach in there. Head coach of the Test format, Jason Gillespie, fantastic cricketer. We know all about him and his exploits for Australia. He was a phenomenal cricketer, really, really good, excellent bowler, always gave 100%, and he'll be expecting the best from these Pakistani players. Can't imagine him wanting 70 or 80% effort from these guys. He'll kick a few behinds, and he's not bothered about upsetting some of the big name players and some of the guys who've been around for a long time. So interesting times for Jason Gillespie and the Pakistan Test team. Likewise, Gary Kirsten, fantastic record, gritty performer for South Africa. He's coached around the world, IPL. He's coached South Africa and India, we all know about. He's got a fantastic record. And he's another who will not take any rubbish from any of the Pakistani players. So I think some of these Pakistani players at the moment who think they're running the show, they've had it easy, they'll do what they want, I think they're in for a wake-up call. And that is going to be very, very interesting, because Kirsten and Gillespie are not going to listen to any rubbish from any of these players. I think some of these boys in this Pakistan squad at the moment and the Pakistan teams are in for a rude awakening. Let's see how it goes. Interesting policy from the Pakistan Cricket Board to have separate coaches for separate formats. It's either going to be brilliant or it's going to be a disaster, isn't it? So with Pakistan cricket, there's no middle ground. As I say, interesting days lie ahead. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.